Hey guys, welcome to Solo ReacTalk. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video requested by Alpha Shocker. It's called An Elden Ring Story, The Lord of Frenzied Flame, made by VaatiVidya. Yes, VaatiVidya. If you want to check out my previous reactions to other Elden Ring content videos, remember the playlist card is going to be at the top. Just click on it and be able to access them. If you want to check out the original video as well as VaatiVidya's YouTube channel, the links are in the description below. Okay, let's start. 3, 2, 1, go.
The lands between are ruined, mired in torment and despair. Is there really anything here worth fighting for?
Well, you know, your ambition to become the Elden Lord, that is worthy of fighting for. What you will do with that, I don't know, it's up to you. Maybe in the next game, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it's worthy of fighting for. Yeah. Let's try and be positive.
Is there any one worth saving?
Hello? Is somebody there? My name is Irina. I've escaped from Castle Morn, to the south. My good father secreted me out the castle, but decided himself to stay. He says it's his duty. As commander, the servants there have rebelled. Filled with hatred for every one of us. They've since come for every one of the companions I escaped with. They haven't spared a soul. I fear for Father's life. My soul wishes that he escape.
The slaves of Castle Morn are misbegotten. Their very existence is considered to be a punishment. But their only crime was being born outside of grace. So it's no wonder that hatred has fermented in their hearts.
And the fact that Irina calls them servants, when here we're being told that they are actually slaves, that's really concerning right there. That means she doesn't really know the truth of these people who have been, they've not been in the good graces of the greater will, if I can say that, It's very concerning that she doesn't understand why they are rebelling, why are they attacking everybody else, in this castle, and why are they so, angry. She does not know anything about this, and it seems also the father is maintaining that status quo, where these people are being kept as slaves, not trying to understand how is there a way for them to be helped, is there a way for them to be cured of their affliction, because the way they look, it's hideous. Yeah, it's monstrous.
Inspiring them to finally break free of their masters, the next step in a cycle of revenge that began at Castle Morn long ago.
I see. From Irina. Thank you. I'm in your debt, but I can't leave yet. Even if the castle should fall, as commander, I must remain.
What kind of a sword is that? How do you even wield something like that? Okay.
Ensure the treasured sword of Morn does not fall into the wrong hands.
Ages ago, a lone champion fought at Castle Morn. His entire clan had been vanquished, but he grafted their swords onto his own and continued to fight. So determined was he to claim his revenge. And so, this became the legendary sword of Castle Morn. It was claimed by the banished knights of Godric, stolen by a misbegotten, and then passed down to you. And with it, the cycle of revenge continues.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that sword. It's all over the place. Yeah, I don't really like it. Maybe you guys who've played Elden Ring, you know, it's very powerful. You guys enjoy using it, but yeah, it just doesn't look good. I'm sorry.
An eye for an eye.
A tooth for a tooth. The debt of blood must be paid in full. They want justice. They want vengeance. Blood can only be repaid in blood.
I'm in your debt for keeping the sword from those fallen creatures. I'm no longer bound by duty. Once I've rescued Irina, I will spend my remaining days with her.
Did you see that? How she was just... Oh gosh, okay.
Irina, how could this be? My daughter deserved better. The fault lies with me. I chose duty over my daughter's safety. And that is how fate has answered. I'll find them. The foul wretches responsible for this. I'll hunt them down and exterminate every last one of them. Rest assured, Irina, it will be done.
Is that the... what do they call it? The Frenzied Flame Incantation? Yeah, I think that's it right there. Wow. Okay, so he has descended into madness, you know, for the revenge of his child. Okay. I'm not sure, I can't remember if the Frenzied Flame Incantation, you know, the more you use it, the more maddening you become, and I don't know, maybe you die at the end, you know, because you use it so much. I'm not entirely sure about the penalties of using such magic, but yeah, it looks very scary, actually. Yeah.
You're tarnished. I can see it. And I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods.
Why are you dressed like Father Christmas?
I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer. There are others of my people who yet survive in these lands. If the mood takes you when you meet one, then offer them some trade, won't you? My people, wanderers all have long been spurned by the grace of gold, which is why we cannot settle, but instead are forced into this pitiful, unceasing journey. But thanks to that, things are not so different for us now. I think this makes us kindred spirits of sorts. Your people, the Tarnished, and mine. See that no harm comes to my kin. We have a saying, we wanderers, lament not your solitude. Expect no sympathy, no regard, nothing. But if anyone dares harm us, show them no mercy. That is our code, so to speak. Just the way we are, deeply unforgiving.
Deep within the eyes of the oldest merchants, a secret is hidden. Deeply unforgiving indeed.
But I've done all I can here. I'm thinking of moving elsewhere for a time.
So far, we've spoken of misbegotten, banished knights, tarnished, and merchants. All were spurned by grace in one way or another. You can't go too far without wondering if the Golden Order is to blame for the oceans of anger and despair.
I think it is. I think it is to blame. You know, some some people, or should I say majority of the people in the lands between, they've been bestowed, grace, while the tarnished and the misforgotten people, the wanderers, and many other people, they've been left out, they've been pushed out. And that creates resentment, that creates hatred, that creates, those who will be hell-bent on destroying the current status quo, They'd want to destroy it and start over with something else. And, I've actually said that, the tree, the Helic tree and the greater will, this thing is like a parasite. It's a parasite that is in the lands in between, that's just there consuming all the resources and the people and everything in the land to sustain itself. I've always said that, I think this thing needs to go. It needs to be cut out. What will replace? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know about that part. I haven't gone that far yet. But either this system has to change drastically, or it has to be cut out, and something else must replace, the system here in the lands in between.
When we last met Edgar, he swore revenge upon the misbegotten. But now, all must die, misbegotten or not. And if you defeat Edgar, you will receive a Shabriri grape. It's our proof that his need for revenge no longer divides or distinguishes. Love, revenge, melt it all away in the yellow chaos flame. But there are those who fight against the tarnished who stalk their own. Yura, the hunter of bloody fingers, will often be at your side. Yura comes from the land of reeds.
Oh, this is cool.
A place that has long been locked in a miserable civil war, and it's said that the entire nation has succumbed to a blood-soaked madness. It's not too surprising, then, that Yura fights against any blood-crazed tarnished, whether they serve the Lord of Blood or otherwise. But Yura's true mark is a Drake Knight named Eleonora, located at the Second Church of Marika, where she kills Yura in cold blood. Once, Eleonora had a legacy as a proud knight, but because of her dragon communion, it seems her humanity has slipped away. So, you put that legacy to rest. By now, it should be clear that madness takes many forms.
Hello? Is someone there? My name is Hayata.
Wait, aren't you dead? We just saw you die, lady. What? And you're calling yourself under a different name now. Okay.
And I'm journeying in search of the distant light. If I might be so bold as to ask, would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your possession to me?
She looks like Arena.
Exactly.
But Arena is dead. Somehow, this Hayata has taken over that body. But for what purpose? She barely even knows herself.
I can feel a distant light in the back of my eyes. It will lead me to my true duty as a finger maiden. You're not like the others who give me grapes, are you?
Did she just say a finger maiden? Which one? The two fingers? Is she also going to be serving this greater, the greater will? Okay.
They rest their trembling hands upon me. Howling wordlessly, they gently stroke my eyes. Their frail fingers, emaciated. Yet still, they give me the grapes. But you seem somehow firmer. Now I can feel the distant light once more. That aside, I wonder what Shabriri grapes really are. Delectably tender and sweet, yet searing. What a sight they must be to behold.
Of course, the Shabriri grapes are eyes.
Ew. And she's eating them? Ugh.
Yellow, shriveled, and oozing.
That's not possible. Not all of those people. Their own... So those noises I heard were...
Shabriri, the most reviled man in all of history. It all began long ago with the crime of slander. Shabriri came up with a lie, and it was so damaging, so heinous, that his eyes were gouged out as a punishment when that lie was proven to be false. We can't be sure of what was said, but what if Shabriri slandered the nomadic merchants? What if, with a crooked smile, he accused them of the very crime he himself was guilty of, saying that they had fraternized with the Three Fingers and were not to be trusted? This would explain why the nomadic merchants came to be so hated. It is said, after all, that the sickness of the flame of frenzy began with Shabriri. And after his eyes were gouged out, the blight of the flame of frenzy came to dwell in his empty sockets. Yellow eyes became known as Shabriri grapes, and frenzy started to infect the despairing world. A madness that belongs to those who have lost everything.
Okay, so Hyeta is serving the Three Fingers, not the Two Fingers. Okay, all right. And the frenzied flame is created from the Three Fingers. All right.
By the way, well, even we had a place to call home once. The Great Caravan, they called it. But it's been lost to us for ages. I've been searching for it as long as I can remember. And with a name like that, you'd hope they kept some fine goods there, eh? I've always preferred my own company to that of other people's. And I don't have any burning questions I wish to ask my ancestors. But there's something I need to know. My roots. I want to know who I am, where I came from, where I'm headed. I hope you can join me at the Great Caravan, in fact. Who knows what wonders there might be to trade?
If Shabriri did indeed slander the merchants, then he knew exactly what their despair might bring.
I don't like that. What's going on here?
Is that you over there? I've gleaned something very important indeed, thanks to you. The reason why it was eyes I had to eat. The distant light is far and frail, so faint it can't be seen by the naked eye. But with everyone's eyes together, it appears. Finally, it all makes sense. I'm certain now. I will be a finger maiden. Could you donate a fingerprint grape to me? They're special grapes which only grow on those who've been clasped by the burnt fingers.
We only know of one other who was clasped in such a manner. His name was Vike, the Dragon Spear. After the war with the ancient dragons, there came the rise of the dragon cultists, who earned the dragon's affection. One of the most beloved was Vike the Dragon Spear, a tarnished descendant from Godfrey, who eventually returned from across the sea to join the Round Table Hold in hopes of becoming Elden Lord. To this end, Vike was assigned a Finger Maiden and acquired the power of 2 great runes. But when he stood before the thorns of the Erd Tree, he realized the truth, that a maiden's true purpose is to burn the thorns for the one who would become Elden Lord. and whether it was born of love or duty, Vike refused to burn his maiden, for the whisperings of Shabriri had told him of another flame. A flame of frenzy hidden deep below the capital that could burn the thorns away. But when Vike returned, his maiden was dead. Did she commit suicide after betraying her purpose, or was Vike captured and punished for his treason? Whatever the case, now Vike's vengeful spirit defends the dead maiden at the Church of Inhibition, while the real Vike kneels imprisoned in an Everjail deep within the Forbidden Lands, clad in armor clasped by 3 burnt fingers.
Interesting. So these two factions of the fingers, you know, they are trying to vie for control through their proxies here. You know, Vike and his maiden. And then, of course, then you have Shirbi also, you know, influencing Vike in finding a different way for him to, you know, complete his mission. And yeah, people are just pawns in the games of these fingers, whether it's the 2 fingers or the 3 fingers. They all need to go, I think. What will replace this power balance, I don't know. Yeah, I still don't know about that.
This is all that remains of the contender that was supposed to become Elden Lord.
Cool. Wait, who's Vike again here? I think it's the guy who... Oh, okay, alright. Frenzied flame. Oh. That was a good fight. That was a very, very good fight. Rest in peace, Vike.
Finally, we meet the Tarnished, who would be Lord. Oh my, why the long face? I fear that you were previously acquainted with this vessel. Well, that is most unfortunate, for he is dead. As for his flesh, he gave it to me.
No, he didn't. You took it.
Shabriri. You can make your peace with that. You are about to sacrifice something precious, the life of a fair maiden, that you would toss into the fiery forge, only so that you may be lord. What a horrible thing to ponder. Your ascendancy requires her sacrifice, whether she wishes it or not.
Is this what happened in the game with, you guys who play Elden Ring? Did you have to sacrifice her too for this to happen, or did you find another way? Yeah.
But how would the Lord, crowned so, be looked upon? Chosen, tarnished, and would-be Lord, dare to tread the path of true rigor. Spare the poor girl, and singe your own flesh in her stead. If you are prepared to show resolve, and attain lordship through righteous hardship, then heed the words of I, Shabriri.
Yeah, this is hard. It's a hard decision to make, but I don't know. Like following either the 2 fingers or the 3 fingers way of doing things, it's just wrong on both accounts. Like I don't know how are you supposed to navigate yourself out of these 2 options that are given here, because basically you're still being used. You are still being used either by the 3 fingers or by the 2 fingers. Yeah, I just don't know.
Chosen, tarnished, and would-be Lord, descend into the depths far below the Erdtree capital. Seek audience with the 3 fingers and the flame of frenzy. If you inherit the flame of frenzy, your flesh will serve as kindling. Burn the Erdtree to the ground and incinerate all that divides and distinguishes. Ah, may chaos take the world. May chaos take the... Shabriri is chaos incarnate.
Yeah, but I kind of like that idea. I kind of like that idea of burning everything. Let the lands in between just burn. Let everything burn and let us see what happens from that burning, Maybe something new can grow, or maybe nothing will grow. And, lands in between will just be a pile of ash. I don't know. But I kind of like that idea of burning down this institution that's been built, burning down, the status quo, just take down these walls that have been built up by, the previous, ruling of the greater will. Let it all just burn down. Let something else come instead. But I don't want the 3 fingers to be in control. I don't want, whatever the 3 fingers are serving, this chaos to rule over. I mean, you're just swapping one god for another god, or one order for another order. Ugh.
I cannot die. May chaos take the world.
Yeah, I don't like that.
If you intend to claim the frenzied flame, I ask that you cease. It is not to be meddled with. It is chaos, devouring life and thought unending. However ruined this world has become, however mired in torment and despair, life endures. Births continue. There is beauty in that, is there not? If you would become Lord, do not deny this notion. Please. Leave.
Yeah, she has a point. She has a point. Still, let it burn.
The frenzied flame alone.
And maybe you would have left it alone, were it not for the horrors that you found down there.
Did you see what they did to my ancestors? The whole clan buried alive, sick, maddened, husks of themselves. Have you heard their moans? They're hardly human anymore. They think we worship the Three Fingers, that we called the maddening sickness down upon them. Well, if that's what they expect from us, then that's what they shall get from us! The world of grace and his people should have been content to see us sink between the cracks, but to have intruded upon our solace, having broken us upon their whims? Never forgive any of you.
Let it burn. Let it burn. But I wonder, will the ending change if you choose this, the path of the Three Fingers, the path of the Frenzied Flame? Will the ending change? Will you still be sitting on that chair at the end of the game, being the Elden Lord? Or will something else happen? Yeah. Huh.
We won't be training any longer. Wait. What's that? That burn. Your eyes. You've inherited the flame of frenzy. Unknown warrior. Divest yourself of everything. Our Three Fingers. Throw wide the door. That's it. The yellow flame of chaos.
The Three Fingers.
Please. A frenzied flame to melt away the curses, suffering, and despair. And the order entire. Melt away the curses, suffering, despair. And the order entire. May chaos take the world. May chaos take the world.
So, will chaos take the world?
Oh, it burns. I mountain. Thank you.
So what happens to your previous maiden? What's her name again? Malena? Yeah, what happens to her? Is she still around you, or is she now being replaced by Haeta? Yes. Huh.
I have touched them. The words of the three fingers. As your maiden, allow me to divine them. All that there is came from the one great. Then came fractures, and births, and souls. But the greater will made a mistake. Torment, despair, affliction, every sin, every curse, every one born of the mistake. And so, what was borrowed must be returned, melted all away with the yellow chaos flame, until all is one again.
Oh, this is so different.
Those who gave me grapes howled without words, saying they wished they were never born. Become their lord, take their torment, despair, their affliction, every sin, every curse, and melt it all away. As the Lord of Chaos, no more fractures, no more birth.
And so it is that an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind.
You have inherited the frenzied flame. A pity. Our accord ends here.
Okay. New guy. Yeah, I don't think I like this. I know I was supporting, tearing down this institution, but yeah, you don't look so good. I don't think I like this. Is that the Earth tree? Oh, this is beautiful though. Let it all burn. Let it all burn. Wow. Wow.
Lord of Frenzied Flame. I will seek you as far as you may travel. To deliver you what is yours. Destined death
Oh, okay, okay. And maybe that's how the lands in between will, rejuvenate, will come back. Maybe things need to be burnt out, cleared out, and then the restart will happen with, the maiden here. What's her name again? Melena, right? Yes. Maybe things will restart with Melena if she's able to defeat, the Lord of the Frenzied Flame. Yeah. Maybe that's how things will restart afresh, a clean slate, a new beginning, without continuing the status quo of the greater will, the two fingers, and the earth tree, because that society that was created really just disadvantaged a lot of people, and it gave a lot of power to a few individuals. It needed to end. So maybe with Melena here, she can start something new if she's able to defeat the Lord of the Frenzied Flame.
Thank you for watching. If you want to get early access to more videos like this, then you can consider signing up to my Patreon. The money from there helped me to invest really heavily into this episode. For example, the music that you heard during the Kale scene was completely custom made just for this video. It was commissioned from the hugely talented Alex Rowe. I wanted to take the merchant violin that you hear in game and then evolve it into its own soundtrack, and Alex did this great job at creating a song that really elevated the mood of this Prepare to Cry episode. And of course, this episode wouldn't be half as good also without the efforts of Miss Pap1, who came up with the visuals and the editing ideas for this episode, and he just inspired so much of the story here, so be sure to give them props in the comments as well. Special thanks also to Sekiro Doobie for showing off Kale's cut questline, which served as inspiration for this episode as well, and thanks in general to all of the modders and the hackers who give us the tools that we need to properly tell the stories of Elden Ring. And again, thank you for watching. I'll try to do a shorter Prepare to Cry episode next time, I think. And I'll see you then.
Guys, he looks like the Eye of Sauron, with this flame around him like this. He looks like the Eye of Sauron from Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Wow. Okay, guys, alright, that was an Elden Ring story, The Lord of the Frenzied Flame by VaatiVidya. Yeah, it seems like there is a different option to finishing the game, that doesn't result in you becoming the Elden Lord. You can become the Lord of the Frenzied Flame as well. And it's an interesting ending. I mean, everything was destroyed. It was total. The earth tree itself just burnt down and collapsed onto the floor, turning to ash. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Because I have been saying that this power balance that is in the lands in between, it has created a lot of pain and suffering for a lot of people. I can just also think about the giants, how they were defeated, brought to extinction, and there was only one fire giant left. I can also think about the many other communities that have been left behind, that have not been given grace, that have not been supported. They have been left behind. They have been shunned. They've been othered by the society, and it's just something that could not continue on as it is. It had to either end or it had to reform. And I guess with this player in particular, they've decided to choose a very destructive ending to the story, by choosing the Frenzied Flame. And yeah, it's cool. It is cool. I'm just I'm still worried about, you know, having lands in between being controlled by another faction. You know, if it wasn't the 2 fingers, now it's the 3 fingers, and you know, the frenzied flame kind of dominance over the lands in between. You know, I don't know. Why does the lands in between have to be controlled by one faction or the other? You know, why can't the people there decide what they want? Why should they be under the behest or control of a greater being? You know. But anyways, maybe I'm thinking too much about that. But yeah, this was interesting. This was a very interesting story. Thank you to Alpha Shocker for requesting that I should react to this video. Guys, I'm not really well versed as much as you guys who play Elden Ring. You know, I only watch the lore videos and, you know, other content related around Elden Ring. I haven't played the game. So if I you know, said things that are totally incorrect or wrong or, you know, just stupid, please forgive me. You can correct me in the comment section. I will always welcome that. And yeah, this was great. This was really, really interesting. But yeah, guys, I guess that's it. That's it for today. Remember, if you want to check out the original video as well as VaatiVidya's YouTube channel, the links are in the description below. If you like my reaction, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell if you want to be up to date with my latest videos. And I will see you guys next time. Okay? Bye-bye.